to aim to really integrate Kabbalah and science. It might be the wrong goal to try to do that. It might not be a necessary goal, and it might be a misunderstanding, or it might be being seduced perhaps by the role of science to think that it's necessary for Kabbalah and science for Kabbalah to be placed on a scientific footing. For example, it seems to me, and this is the central argument in the last book that I wrote, The Quantum Brain, which is very different than the arguments made in the film, and very different than the point of view expressed by all the other people in the film. That what modern science demonstrates, what modern quantum theory shows, is that in the physical world, there is an absolute element of indeterminacy that permeates all of physical matter, and that is especially concentrated within living matter, and even more concentrated within human beings above all other creatures, and especially in the human nervous system and in the human brain. And that this allows, I should say more than allows, it creates the absolute necessity for us and for modern scientifically minded people to accept that there is an absolute barrier, an edge to which science can go. And modern, the very best modern quantum theorists, but some of the very greatest theoretical physicists do acknowledge that modern quantum theory has brought science to the point of acknowledging that there is something at work in the physical world which is completely mysterious. And at the same time, modern quantum theory also requires that that something else is utterly unknown and beyond science. And this last book that I wrote had as its main point demonstrating that argument and unfolding it step by step by step by step for a general audience. And interestingly enough, I had in the back of my mind that this was going to be an explication in 300 pages of one paragraph of the Ramchal's statement to that effect. And not using anything speculative, not going beyond what is known to science today, and filled with 400 references from, biology, neuroscience, physics. So it's absolutely solid. It's not anything that requires guesswork or whatnot. And it's been endorsed, by the chairman of the physics department at Yale, and so it's not. The idea was that it was going to be, its feet are solidly planted on the ground, and yet it's completely consistent with the argument that there is something beyond the material world, but science can't talk about it. Science can't say anything about what's beyond the physical world. So if, in fact, Kabbalah is, let's say, Kabbalah has something intelligent to say about the physical world, science can't contribute to that. All science can do is lead one up to the edge. And at that point, and this is an argument that I have made over and over and over again, I actually said it in the film, but very, very few people, I think, understood what I meant. Science can lead you up to that point, but then the human being has to choose whether they are going to just say, oh, well, it's all just random chance, or whether there is a God and I want to find him, and if so, how I want to find him.